Well, plenty of reactions coming in, and we'll also set up the entire story and what has happened. It's an intriguing matter. And joining us this evening, C.R. Kesavan, spokesperson of the Congress, joining us from Chennai. And there is a history why C.R. Kesavan is also part of the panel, because he's great-grandson of C. Rajagopalachari, one of the first recipients of the nation's highest civilian honour, the Bharat Ratna. Mr. Kesavan, I'll come across to you. Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni, good evening, columnist and author, joining us. Justice Giridhar Malviya, grandson of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, joining us via Skype from Allahabad. Good evening, sir. We're also expecting Tushar Gandhi, author and social activist and great-grandson of Mahatma Gandhi, to join us in the studio in a bit. Mr. C.R. Kesavan, I'm also going to say good evening to Shaina NC of the BJP joining us at this point. Mr. Kesavan, I have to ask you this. When you saw this shortlist, didn't you ever think, because this thought did cross my mind, and I'll be very honest, oh, haven't they been honoured already? Why so late? Why haven't they been honoured yet? These are questions which come when you see that shortlist, when you see the names of Subhash Chandra Bose, Major Dhyan Chand, and the others, including Kanshiram, as part of that list, Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. If others could have gotten it before them, why has the delay been for so long, 64 years?
Anand, the first thing is this. I think politics should be kept out of the Bharat Ratna, because the Bharat Ratna is the recognition and appreciation and expression of gratitude of the nation towards these great heroes. All these reports are still under the realm of speculation, but even if that is true, we wholly welcome, because all of them are heroes indeed. You know, somebody was talking about the Congress view on Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. We should remember that in 1992, when Mr. Narasimha Rao was the government, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji was given Padma Vibhushan, the second highest civilian honour. So these things should be kept out of politics. As of why these things have not been given. I'm hearing myself. If you can correct that, but
yeah, they will correct that. They will correct that.
Yeah. Okay. See, when you see what happened in 1955, till 1955, there was no posthumous awards. Only in 1955 came a declaration for posthumous awards, and the first posthumous award was given in 1966 for Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. So Subhash Chandra Bose ji died in 45, 46, Gandhi ji in 48.
But that's what I'm trying to say, Mr. Kesavan. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. I'm interrupting you. But no, I agree. I agree what you're saying.
There has been a convention.
No. Please. When you talked about posthumous awards, the fact is, even in 1992, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's family contested the word posthumous, because so far there has been no concrete proof forthcoming from the government that Netaji did die. He disappeared. But they have not declassified those files that still withhold a secret. So what stood in 1955 still stands in 1992 and in 2014. So, and you're talking about keeping politics out of it. The Congress is telling others to keep politics out of it?
Well, what are you trying to insinuate here, if I may? Because I think you're talking about two different issues here.
You raised both the issues, and I'm asking you both the questions.
And I was giving you an explanation.
Yes, sir.
Sorry?
You raised both the points, and I'm asking you counters to both. Go ahead, please.
Counters to both. See, Subhash Chandra Bose ji was given in 92, but his family declined for various reasons. Even today, you heard his grandnephew saying that they're not willing to take it. If the NDA government has decided to give it, he is a great hero. I mean, it's the decision of the family. And as far as politics is concerned, let me be very clear. You didn't let me complete last time, Anand.
Go ahead, sir.
Posthumous, heroes, it's a prerogative of every government. And I think, just because somebody's name is left out, everybody is entitled to a view. And I think every government has the prerogative, whether it's the Congress government or the NDA government. And I think if, people are talking about Dhyan Chand ji. I mean, he's a great hero. But, we should also understand, only in 2011, we opened the field from arts, literature, science, and public service to sports. So it could be very good given now.
Mr. Kesavan, Mr. Kesavan, point is that I cannot have a one-way debate only with you, because everything that you have said, I have strong counters to all of that. But it will then become a monologue between you and me, and I won't be able to bring in the other guests. So I'll come across to you later. Mr. Kulkarni, Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni and Mr. Tushar Gandhi were also reacting to what you were saying. So I'm going to go to Mr. Kulkarni first and then go across to Tushar Gandhi also. Yes, Mr. Kulkarni, do you agree with what Mr. C.R. Kesavan is saying? Because these names should have been honoured in the first decade of us as a republic, and it did not happen.
The Congress has a lot to answer for the partisan way in which it selected the Bharat Ratna personalities. Sometimes, in the case of MGR, for obviously political electoral reasons in 1988. And then posthumous doesn't mean that someone like Ambedkar is given Bharat Ratna in 1992,
1990.
Abul Kalam Azad, then yes. So, this is, you cannot, posthumous means several decades later. The Congress was in power for all those decades after 54 when the Bharat Ratna was instituted. But it did not consider either Vallabhbhai Patel or Ambedkar or Abul Kalam Azad deserving of the Bharat Ratna. Now coming to Atal Bihari Vajpayee, is it the Congress spokesperson's contention that Atal Bihari Vajpayee doesn't deserve more than Padma Vibhushan? That he doesn't deserve the Bharat Ratna? It is purely for political and partisan reason that someone as tall as Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji has been deprived of the Bharat Ratna. Let me tell you that on January 8, 2008, none other than L.K. Advani wrote to the then Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh suggesting that Bharat Ratna should be awarded to Vajpayee ji. I'm a small person. I personally met Dr. Manmohan Singh earlier this year and suggested that Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji should be given Bharat Ratna. This is pure partisanship, and therefore I say
Mr.
that
Mr. Kulkarni,
the Congress
I have
has a
not
lot to answer for.
But Mr. Kulkarni, I have not even come to Mr. Vajpayee and Mr. Kanshiram yet. I'm still stuck back there at the time of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and Major Dhyan Chand. Sports persons coming into the reckoning only in 2011 is one. Then suddenly the sports ministry recommends Major Dhyan Chand should be the first sports person to be conferred the Bharat Ratna, and overnight or within a matter of 48 hours, Mr. Tushar Gandhi, it is Sachin Tendulkar in 2013. Now, isn't that populist? Isn't that political? And is the Congress right in saying that politics should be kept out? Because in 1955, Jawaharlal Nehru was conferred the Bharat Ratna. 1971, Indira Gandhi got the Bharat Ratna ahead of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who got the Bharat Ratna around the same time that Rajiv Gandhi got it. And Baba Saheb Ambedkar comes in 1990.
Unfortunately, we are very prone to play politics with everything. We don't hold anything sacred. Everything becomes politicized. Everything is done with political motives, and this is what happened. Pandit ji was at loggerheads with Netaji, so he gets left out. Somebody else is at loggerheads with others, they get left out. You see, even today, while everybody else is being honored, Jayaprakash Narayan is not. So, this continues. We are a people and a government that trivializes everything.
But I should tell you, Jayaprakash Narayan did get conferred the Bharat Ratna in 1998. So he is not being left out. But but I agree with what you're saying. In the sense, largely you've reached the point.
What happens is we trivialize everything that we deal with. I'm sorry for making that mistake on TV, but we trivialize everything.
But do you also agree, now that 64 years passed, even in 1992, it was so past, that when Netaji's family says, Mr. Gandhi, that along with Mahatma Gandhi and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose should be kept above the Bharat Ratna. They have a stature which now you should not...
Nobody is above an honor. An honor is something that a grateful nation bestows. I'm not ad-libbing for anyone.
But that's your point.
What I'm saying is, and nobody is above an honor which is the ultimate or the utmost that a nation confers. Because a nation is always bigger than a personality.
Correct.
And so, let's not get into those kind of debates of putting people above honors and things. But what has to be done is, and what reprehensibly hasn't been done so far, is that there has been a selective honoring of personalities, and that selective honoring of personalities should not have happened and should not continue to happen.
True. And Justice Giridhar Malviya, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Sir, you're the grandson of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. Can you tell our viewers, has Panditji's name ever been considered in the past? Have you ever got to know that his name is being considered, it's been proposed? And how many times has that happened? Or is this the first time that his name is being considered?
I think it's the first time now, not earlier.
And are you shocked or are you upset of the fact that it's 64 years down the line as we turn as a republic, and it's today that his name even comes up in the shortlist? Whereas many others who have come after his time have already been conferred the Bharat Ratna. Can you hear me, Justice Malviya?
No, the voice snapped in between. Now I could hear you again just now.
Right. My question to you, if you can hear me again, are you upset that it's now, 64 years after we turned a republic, that his name is being considered? Whereas many others who came after him have already been considered and conferred the Bharat Ratna. I think we've fixed that Skype line with Justice Malviya there, Justice Giridhar Malviya joining us from Allahabad. But Shaina NC, now what would you want to tell the Congress?
Yes.
They're saying don't care, keep the politics out of it. Is there a motive? Why has Kanshiram's name made it to the shortlist?
Anand, let me start by saying in a country as diverse as India, with over 1 billion people who have truly contributed in so many ways, there's bound to be some kind of a question mark vis-a-vis the final choice, because everyone will say that why not so and so and why not so and so. It's very convenient for the Congress to kind of cast aspersions and say that, you know, somebody belongs to a particular region and that is the reason why he or she is getting the Bharat Ratna. But let's not trivialize this debate. It is the highest honor. We would have preferred that people who are alive receive it in their lifetime. However, there is a question mark when it comes to the posthumous awardees. But for a generation which has not seen the struggle of the freedom movement, or who have not seen nationalists or people who have given to society, and I've heard a lot about Vajpayee ji, but let's realize that Vajpayee ji is the reason why India is a nuclear power today. So all these points have to be taken into consideration, and it is the prerogative of the government. I don't think there could be a question mark vis-a-vis any of the 5 names being speculated even now. Yes, there is a huge backlog and there are lots of names in the reckoning who are extremely deserving, be it in the field of sports, in social service, for that matter, in active public life and politics. But I think the country and the youth of this country need to know our legacy and need to realize that the stalwarts who have put us onto the path of progress cannot go unnoticed. And I feel that if the Congress feels so vehemently about few names, they had ample time in the past to you recognize all of them. They have chosen to choose whoever they think is befitting. I think it's absolutely our prerogative
and
to think
that is the
who
other
we
question
think
which
the
comes to
public of
mind.
India should know.
Though, Shaina, we would want to ask the Congress a lot of questions, we also want to ask the BJP a few questions, because you've chosen these names very smartly. And is this going to try and further a populist measure, or is it a well thought out reason and behind this move? Those are questions which we'll ask. We've also thrown our phone lines open to our viewers who had a lot of points to make right through the evening. I request our guests to stay on. We'll take a very short break and we'll also take our viewers' calls on the other side.